Psychology of No, we're on lesson 10. Here's the lesson. Hearing the word no is never a failure. It is always a success. Every time you hear that word no, you need to go, I'm succeeding, and get excited. Change your emotions. Why? Why? Let me explain. There's a very simple logic to it. And when you understand this logic and it clicks in your brain, you go, I get it. It will change the way you look at the word no. Here's the logic. Every single one of you has a goal. That goal is comprised of a certain number of yeses that you need to receive in order to get that goal. But in order to receive those yeses, remember, law of large numbers, you've got to go through a much bigger group of no's. But if you achieve that, if you actually go through that big group of no's, you are going to get the yeses. So to get the yeses, you've got to go through the no's. Let's pretend that it's 1,000 no's that you need to hear to get the level of yeses that give you the business of your dreams, that allow you to quit your job, allow you to do whatever you want to do. That's what that yeses represent, but you've got to go through those 1,000 no's. Well, every time you hear a no, it's now 999 and 998. You hear 20 no's in a day. We're down to 980. We're going down every single time. And every time we're going down, we are getting closer to getting those yeses, because it is inevitable that when you hear those 1,000 no's, you are going to hear your yeses. There's a story about Thomas Edison, the inventor. He invented the incandescent electric light bulb. And in order to come up with the right materials, it was said that he tested over 10,000 different filament types over a course of 2 years. Now, when asked about that, he said, I refuse to look at those 10,000 trials as failures, because they weren't failures. I had to figure out what was the correct type of filament. And in going through all these different types, every time I found a type that wasn't right, it was a success, because I could eliminate it. I was getting closer and closer. I had to eliminate all the wrong types to get to the right type. But once I eliminated one, I knew it was wrong and it was out. So every single one of 10,000 was a success. And the same is true for you. You have a certain number of no's you have to get through. You can't shortcut that. If you want to get the business that you want, you've got to get through them. So every time you hear that, you're eliminating them. You're working that group down. Think about it this way. Your dream business, what it looks like, the number of yeses, the size of your team, the size of your business, whatever it is, that dream business involves a certain number of no's that you just have to cross off to get to that dream business. So every time you hear a no, you're crossing one off. You're getting closer. So you're never failing. You're always succeeding. Hearing no is always a success, and it's never a failure.